Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and NewsChannel 5.
Good morning, everyone. I've got quite a show for you today. The former NFL player Steve Sanders is here, preparing young men for the future. He's going to talk about that. Steve's going to talk about a lot of things. He's going to talk about a training camp for life, and we'll explain how you can help shape the lives of these young men. We'll hear from a former Cleveland Brown himself. We'll also hear from Neon's president and CEO Willie Austin and board chairman Matthew Fitzsimmons. And later on the broadcast after that, Monica Starks and Tom Parker Jr. will tell us about the Monica A. Starks Foundation, which educates people about chronic kidney disease. Good morning, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with Steve Sanders, author and founder of a book called Training Camp for Life. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me there.
How you doing, Steve? Everything's okay?
Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah. Tell me, what basically is Training Camp for Life?
Well, Training Camp for Life is a nonprofit organization that I founded in 2013. And basically what we do is we inspire, impact, and influence young men in sports and in life. Mm-hmm. So we try to focus on giving them the principles and tools to be successful in life.
And you are calling upon your history as being a successful NFL football player.
Absolutely, yeah. I take those principles and values that I learned from playing in professional and also in college as well, and then I just instill them as principles and values and core values for young men.
Yeah. You played for 5 years with the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, and the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. It's a great time.
Yeah, great time as a wide receiver. What did you learn when you grew up in Cleveland, so you were a Cleveland Browns fan even before you put on the uniform. Yeah. What did you learn playing professional football that you translate over to Training Camp for Life?
The first thing I learned was work ethic. You know, you have to come to work every day. You have to put your work hat on and be focused and be disciplined enough to be able to pursue becoming a professional athlete. But that's anything you do in life. The second thing I learned is dedication. You have to commit yourself and be dedicated in everything that you do. And again, I apply that to everything that I do in my life.
Yeah, we'll get a shot of the book right here, Training Camp for Life by Steve Sanders, who grew up in Cleveland here and who still lives in Cleveland. And you and I have been on some panel discussions together. What do you want young people to fully understand, and how can they better their lives?
Well, one of the challenges is that young people, especially young men, we don't read enough. And one of the things I try to do is use my story and how I had to overcome reading at a 4th grade level while I was in college, and overcoming that adversity and then going on to graduate from college. So I use that story to tell them that the greatest thing I've ever done in my life was graduate from college, not playing the NFL. But so many young people want to go on to the NFL or NBA or, you know, achieve some type of success through a sport. But ultimately, there's so many other things that we can be successful at. And that's what I try to push to them and try to instill values in them. My
notes to tell me right here, there's something called the 100 for 100 campaign. What is that, Steve?
So the 100 for 100 campaign, again, is us, the nonprofit organization, pushing the fact that literacy is important. So our goal is actually to give away 10,000 books, 10,000 copies of Training Camp for Life across Northeast Ohio to be able to start 100 youth mentoring and reading literacy initiative programs for young people. And we partner with nonprofit organizations, churches, schools, or anybody that's having a hub or housing of young people that they're impacting.
Now, this book is really kind of a step-by-step on how to find success in life, or how to live your life as I believe success will find you if you do the right things.
Absolutely.
One of the things you write here is, I allowed my selfish behavior and emotional immaturity to get the best of me and reacted poorly when things didn't go my way.
Yeah, absolutely. I do a lot of reflecting, and you know, I don't look back in a sense to look at regret things that I've done, but I look at them so that I can make better decisions moving forward in the future. And that statement right there was me reflecting back on past mistakes that I've made and how I was immature in the past. And I use that to fuel me to be a better person and a better man as I move forward in my life today.
Where do you talk to young people with your foundation here?
I'm actually just started a partnership with CMSD, and we have a pilot program over over
Cleveland schools.
Cleveland school systems, and then we have a pilot program over at Miles Park Elementary. So that's one school that we're at right now, and hopefully we'll be in many more. But we do workshops all across the city, and we also do things with colleges and University of Tennessee, Eastern Kentucky, and we've been to Mexico as well, international. So we do a lot of things as far as motivational speaking, workshops, and then we also have the programs of our workbook curriculum that we use.
Right there on the red page there. Read that. That's just a hand. And these are your words. Read what you wrote there.
Well, success is a process, not an end result.
What's that mean?
Oftentimes, especially our young people, think that success is a place that you get to. And ultimately, if you get to a place of success in life, if you don't enjoy the process that it took to get there, then you'll overlook the fact that you reached the place that ultimately you've worked your whole life to, or a certain amount of time of your life to get to and accomplish this goal you have in life. So ultimately, focus on the process, and the success will come.
And if you do that, all of these things will fall into place.
Everything.
Let's talk a little bit about how people can get in touch with you. I want to put a phone number on the screen, and this is the phone number to get in touch with Steve about Training Camp for Life. 440-681-8235. You see that at the bottom of the screen. Or go to trainingcampforlife.org, trainingcampforlife.org. What happens when people go to this website or make that phone call?
They're going to see all of the initiatives, the programs in detail. You know, we get to give them a short glimpse here on this airing, but they get to go and actually look at all of the things that we're doing, video clips, see the programs, see the initiatives, the campaigns, all of the impact that we're making across the state, but also ultimately across the country.
Steve, I appreciate you being on the broadcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you
good to see you. Steve Sanders, we've been on programs before, and it's always good to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
Always good to see you. Steve Sanders, author and founder of the book called Training Camp for Life. You want to get in touch with him, there's a phone number at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go out on this one thing, just a short statement. It's not about the moment, it's about the preparation for the moment. Amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
All right, great.
I'm going to take a break. And by the way, where can we get the book?
You can get the book online at Training Camp for Life, but I know everybody is on social media, so you can follow me at Steve Sanders 365.
Gotcha, Steve.
All right.
Okay, my friend.
Absolutely.
Take care. I'll be right back. This is Kaleidoscope. Back in a moment. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. Good to have you with us as well. Northeast Ohio Neighborhood Health Services, or NEON as it is called, provides a variety of health services at 7 locations around Northeast Ohio. Its president, Willie Austin, and its board chairman, Matthew Fitzsimmons, are here to tell us more about the organization. Willie Austin on the right and Matthew Fitzsimmons seated on the left. Gentlemen, good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Willie,
Good morning.
refresh us on the mission of what NEON does.
Well, NEON had its beginning as Huff Norwood in 1967. We are a federally qualified community health center, and we provide outpatient services. We like to think of ourselves as a one-stop shop in that we have a cadre of services of internal medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, optometry, podiatry, dental services, behavioral services, social services, just to name a few.
Whatever you need is in there.
Is in there.
It's somewhere.
All designed to meet the patient need and to be convenient to them.
Yeah. Matthew Fitzsimmons, you were telling me before we started the broadcast that you've been with the organization for more than 20 years as a member of the board, and you've been the chairman for the last 5 years or so. What keeps you involved in this? Why do you do this?
Well, it's important work that needs to be done. You know, many people in the community, you know, lack health insurance, and sometimes our clinics are the only place where they can get high-quality, you know, primary medical and dental care. And you know, there's a growing need as each year goes by for this.
So you're really having an impact on the neighborhood, on the lives and the health and the well-being of the people in the community.
We do a good job of providing you know, family doctors and family dentists that can treat many members of neighborhoods in Cleveland and East Cleveland over the lifespan.
My notes tell me that NEON is a designated level 3 patient-centered medical home. What's this mean for the community?
Well, actually, what it means is that a physician-led team provides the services according to the need of the patients. But they also focus not just on the physical need, but also the emotional, the social, and the behavioral needs of our patients, all designed to improve the health status of the patients, but it also gets the patient committed and assume responsibility also for their care.
Matthew, how do you get the money to run all these things that Willie Austin's talking about?
Well, it comes from a variety of sources. We get some grant money from the Federal Department of Health and Human Services. We have fee for service. Many of our patients do have private insurance, and others have other forms of insurance. But, we treat everybody regardless of ability to pay. And so, we do treat, uninsured people as well.
So we got to keep people healthy. One of the things I know you're here to talk about is this fundraiser that you've got coming up on Monday, June 1st. Tell me about the fundraiser to help us and Neon treat the folks in the neighborhood.
Yes, we have a golf outing coming up June 1st, the first Monday of June. It'll be our 10th outing, and it's at One Club Drive, Stonewater Health Golf Club, Highland Heights.
And that's going to be on Monday, June the 1st?
June the 1st.
How can people get lined up to get on the links and be at this golf outing, or to just simply give money in case they don't play golf?
Well, in two ways. They can call 216-231-7700, extension 1112. Karen Redrick will be happy to explain it to them. Or they can go to www.neonhealth.org. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've got that on the screen.
Yes.
That's what I love about our control room. They are following us very, very closely. This is vital to you and the community, isn't it, Matthew? The work that Neon is doing. I mean, you wouldn't have been there for 21 years if it were not doing the right thing. This is vital, isn't it?
It's important work, and I would say over the last many years, we've seen more and more patients who don't have health insurance. Now, the Affordable Care Act has helped. That's helped because now people can get insurance, but I get a lot of inspiration from working with my other board members and with our doctors and dentists. Every year we have an employee appreciation dinner. Some of our employees have been with us for 35 and 40 years.
Wow.
Mr. Austin, sitting here, just got his 45th year of service award.
And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And I get a lot of inspiration in helping us achieve that mission.
You've got facilities all around now. You've got a new facility in the Miles Broadway area. You want to talk a little bit about that facility and about your facilities throughout the area?
Well, yes, we have 7 locations now. One at 55th Street between Superior and St. Clair, 123rd in Superior, 153rd in St. Clair, 152nd in Euclid, right across from Shaw High School. We also have an in-school program in the Shaw High School. We have another location at 8300 Huff, 131st in Miles, and then we have the newest of ours, Miles Broadway.
Miles Broadway.
Yes.
Can folks walk in?
They can walk in, they can make appointments. We'll treat them however they get there.
Well, we appreciate what you do, Willie Austin, President and CEO of Neon, and thank you for your 45 years with the organization as well. Matthew Fitzsimmons, Chairman, Board of Directors for Neon, 21 years with the organization, 5 years as its Chairman of the Board. Many thanks for being on the broadcast.
Thank you for having us.
Once again, that phone number is 216-231-7700, extension 1112. You see it at the bottom of the screen, or neonhealth.org. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. I'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. Monica Starks is founder of the Monica A. Starks Foundation. Her goal is to spread awareness about chronic kidney disease. Monica and her son are both here to talk about the mission of the organization and will share her experience living with chronic kidney disease. We welcome Monica Starks and Tom Parker, Jr. Good to have you both with us.
Thanks for having us.
Monica, tell me about the Monica Starks Foundation, named after you, Monica Starks.
Yes, it's in its infancy. It's something that I'm very passionate about. For the last couple of years, I've been an advocate, and I speak in the community about the risk factors for kidney disease and share my story of living with kidney disease since 1999.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. The foundation I just decided to do a foundation to take my advocacy up, to kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
So that I could have a 501c and raise money so that I can possibly offer screenings in the community.
You want to spread the word about kidney disease.
I want people to know that they could possibly be at risk, that they have a kidney score.
Now, because of the hereditary effect of kidney disease, your son is very much involved. And let's bring Tom Parker, Jr., Director of Communications, into the discussion. How do you work with your mother on this? What do you do?
Well, I spread the mission, I spread the vision, and I'm just here to help her push her vision and help her get people to know about what's going on with their kidney. That's my job, and I'm going to do as best as I can.
So you monitor your situation very closely because of your mother's...
I try. I should do more.
Yeah.
I should do more. I'm an athlete, and I'm one of those people who think nothing's going to happen to me. And that's why I think I'll do good with this. I want people to know that you can have kidney disease. You can, so just check it out.
Check it out.
Find your score.
Yeah. Your personal experiences, you told me that you're doing fairly well right now, but you have been living with chronic kidney problems for a long time.
Yes, I was diagnosed at age 27 in 1999, and I was unaware that we had a family history of kidney disease. I didn't realize I had a cousin living in Shaker Heights at the time who was also suffering from kidney disease. And I didn't understand why our family didn't talk about this illness that spread through our family. My grandmother's mother died from kidney disease, and her mother's sister also died from kidney disease. So we have a long stretch of this particular kidney disease in our family, and no one knew it. Well, I didn't know.
So it's good to know your family history, so you can deal with it. A lot of these things can be inherited or genetic.
Yes, and then having diabetes and high blood pressure, those are the two leading causes for kidney disease. And they can be monitored, like you can monitor your diabetes so that you don't go into kidney failure. But if you don't know, then you may not be able to do as much. So I like to go to communities where people are at risk for kidney disease because they have diabetes or they have high blood pressure, and try to help explain to them that they're at risk.
We're going to get another comment from Tom Parker Jr., her son, about this as well. But I want to put on some phone numbers on the screen. It is 216-324-1211. You can get more information on everything we're talking about, or you can go to monicastarks.com, monicastarks.com. You see this as vital. You know your mother's situation. You monitor yourself. What do you tell, especially young people like you? You're still in your 20s, yes. I would imagine. What do you tell young people about this?
I tell them to be careful with your diet. Go and check yourself. You know, go through those annual checkups. It's important that you do that stuff. And just be active in your health. It's important to know about yourself. So I like to just raise awareness to young folks. Cause people
have a very close personal relationship with your medical doctor and monitor yourself.
Yeah.
And have your doctor monitor you as well.
Yes.
He talked about diet. How critical is that?
Oh, diet is extremely important. I meet with a nutritionist every month when I go in for my monthly appointment and my blood work. And depending on how my blood work turns out, my nutritionist tells me what I should and should not eat. So yes, I take medicine, but my diet is important. Sometimes my phosphorus can be really high, and she'll warn me, don't drink pop, stay away from cheese and nuts, and then sometimes it can be low, and she'll say the reverse. They monitor everything that I do through my blood, but a lot of what I eat plays a big role.
So that's what the foundation is doing, the Monica A. Starks Foundation, named after you. What it does is try to get this word out, try to get information out there to everybody. Are you on the speaking tour, that kind of thing? You speak in various organizations?
I speak everywhere someone will allow me to speak.
So if people give you a call, they can link up with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I speak at churches or community events. I just recently did an event at Cleveland State University, March 19th, during Kidney Disease Awareness Month.
And you too, Tom, you go along with Mom?
Yes, I'm with her all the time.
Okay. Let's put that phone number on the screen again, 216-324-1211, or you can go to monicastarks.com. We wish you well, Monica.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
And glad to see you're doing okay. Hanging in there.
Yes, I'm trying.
Yeah, you too, young Tom. Good to see you too.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Tom Parker. I'm going to take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. In a moment, Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League with some final thoughts after this. Time for the Morning Exchange segment. That means Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, and the Urban League is one of our partners on this broadcast. Hey, Marsha.
Hey, and so glad to be a partner on this broadcast, Leon. Thank you for the opportunity. So, Leon, today I want to remind everybody in our viewing audience that on Saturday, May 2nd, is going to be the Urban League Guild Luncheon, okay, which will be at the DoubleTree in Beechwood. And it starts at 11:30. And the thing is, we still have Patricia Triggs, who is the president of the Guild, was on a couple of weeks ago. And what she said I love and I want to repeat is that she and I and about 500 of our closest friends are going to be celebrating that day. And, you know, this luncheon is really, you know, you're always with us at our Equal Opportunity Day luncheon, which is sort of our corporate level,
right,
you know, big fundraiser. But this is more of a community kind of fundraising event. And, you know, the tickets are a reasonable cost. They're $45. There's going to be great entertainment, and it's a wonderful way to celebrate Mother's Day a week ahead of time. So I want to encourage our listening audience to bring your sisters, bring your mom, have a wonderful Women's Day. Men come too, and they're certainly welcome. But it is going to be a wonderful time, and they can purchase tickets. You all can purchase tickets online by going to the Urban League website at www.ulcleveland.org.
ulcleveland.org.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's going to be Saturday, May the what?
2nd.
May the 2nd at the DoubleTree Hotel, which is on Park East.
Correct.
In Beechwood, which runs right off of Chagrin Boulevard.
Correct.
Right near the I-271 interstate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is always a big thing for you. I mean, this is giving, again, giving back to the community and thanking a lot of those people who've been involved.
Absolutely. Yeah, and a lot of our members are there. So we want to keep them engaged with the Urban League and let them know what we're doing. And the Guild is a wonderful auxiliary of the Urban League that's really helping us to keep a wonderful community presence. And Pat Triggs, our president, is doing a wonderful job. In our final 10 seconds, the Urban League is doing well, breathing on its own and doing quite well. Yes, I think we're off of life support and moving forward. That was some years ago. Yes, some years ago, and we're moving forward, and we're excited. Okay. Good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you. That's going to do it for us. Take care, everybody, and be well.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.